Okay, so now we're into the verse. Now the verse is going to have three different parts. I'm going to start by just showing you the basic chords, and then we'll get into the other parts as we go along. This is also played on an acoustic guitar on the record, but I'm doing it on the electric now. Okay, so the verse is going to be a 4-measure phrase played 2 times. Here's what one of those 4-measure phrases sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm just strumming, trying to be very relaxed, playing from G to D. When I play the D, I add the 3rd fret of the high E string, which would make the D chord a D sus chord. And then lift off my 4th finger, going down to A, back to G. So those first 2 bars sound like this. Okay, the second 2 bars play G, D, and then hold the A for a full 4 beats. And then I'm going to play those 4 bars 2 times. So here's what the main guitar on the verse sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's 2 other parts on the verse now. One is kind of imitating what a mandolin would do, and this comes in for the second 4-bar phrase. It sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm playing double stops, 2 notes at once, using the top 2 strings, starting off by playing 8B, 7E, moving down playing 7B, 5E, move that down a whole step, back up a whole step. Now I'm going to jump up to 10 on the B and 9 on the E. Jump back down to 7 on the B, 5 on the E, and back up to 8B and 7 on the E. Okay, here's what we've done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, second half of this section will sound like this. So we start off exactly the same. Those first 5 little chord bits are the exact same. And then I'm going to come up to B string 12, E string 10, move that up a full step, and back down. Okay, so here's the whole phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we just learned this little mandolin style part for the verse, and now I am back with my capo on the 7th fret. So there's going to be one other part to learn for this verse, and this really makes the verse sound full, especially on the acoustic guitar. Now, what I'm going to do, because I have a capo on the 7th fret, if I play a C chord, the pitch now is G. So I'm playing the same chord that I was playing for the basic chords on the verse. I'm going to still play between G and D and A. But here's what they look like with a capo. I'm going to start by playing a C shape, and I'm going to do this little picking pattern with the C chord. I'm going to play the chord, and then I'm going to pick the G string to the B string, and do that twice. Now I'm going to play a G chord but I'm going to make this chord look like a C shape. So I'm just going to take my second and third finger and move it down to play on the E string and the A string. Then I'm going to play that chord without my first finger, add my first finger, and take off my first finger. So far we've done this. Okay, now I'm going to go to a D shape, and it'll sound like this. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking 2 frets above the capo, which is actually on the 9th fret now, hammering on, full step higher, taking the 9th fret of the G, 10th fret of the B, picking back down. When I get to the D string, I'm then going to pull off to the open string. So it all sounds like this. And then I'm going to go back to the C shape, hammer on from the D string, open to the 2nd fret, open G, and the 1st fret above the capo, that is, on the B string. So here's what we've done. Okay, I start by repeating this. Now when I get to the D chord, it's going to be a little bit different. And this is because, as you recall in the verse, I'm going to hold the A chord for 2 extra beats. So the A chord is actually a D shape up here with the capo. So I'm going to play the first shape, just like I did earlier, and now I'm going to hammer on from the 9th fret to the 12th fret on the D string. First finger now on the G string on the 9th fret, and then I'm going to leave my middle finger on the 10th fret of the B. Okay, so that little phrase sounds like this. Again. So let me go back and put all of this in context for you. This will be the first round of the verse with the capo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's one 4-bar phrase. The next 4-bar phrase starts off very similar. It's just going to have a slightly different ending. So here's the second 4 bars. So the only difference is the final chord. The chord is actually A, but it's a D shape. When I get up here, I'm just going to pick the D, G, and the B string 1 extra time. So we do the hammer on from the 9 to the 11, finish playing the A chord, and then I just pick D, G, and B. So it's probably a little confusing to follow all that when I'm just saying it. It might be easier just to listen to me play it and try and follow along. So here's the entire verse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, pretty nice. Okay, so now we've learned those 3 parts for the verse, and that's what you hear on the record.